It's 8:42, and with many people avoiding airlines, RV sales skyrocketing as families look for vacation alternatives. And here with some tips to follow before buying something like an RV, motorcycles, boats, we have Marty Karnopp with American Adventure Insurance. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Perfect. Well, thanks for being with us. And, first we can just start off by talking about the types of policies there are for RV insurance, because that is just, the numbers are just going up as far as how popular these RVs are.
Oh, exactly. Right now, the market's booming. And as far as the types of policies, I think people need to understand the difference. Most people just contact their agent and will add it by an endorsement to their auto policy. But there are many companies such as Progressive, Foremost, Safeco, National General that we have that provide specialty coverages.
Okay. And now what would be the best way to go about selecting the right type of insurance?
I think the best thing people need to understand is they need to shop, compare, and then take the best deal. Typically, what I find is most people don't want to shop insurance.
Yeah.
They just are, they have their agent. They don't want to look outside that box. But without really shopping, getting a second opinion, being able to have something to compare it to, you really are limited as to what choice you're making.
Yeah, that is a hard thing to do, but great advice, of course. And what are some of the key trends that you're seeing right now as many people actually look to make these road trips compared to flying to where they want to go?
I'm sorry, I had a little bit of trouble hearing you, the question.
Yeah, no problem. So what are some of the key trends that you're seeing right now as people look to make more road trips instead of going by air?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, they're out there, they're buying their RVs, and I guess the thing they need to know when they're buying that RV is typically the idea that they do need insurance when they're purchasing an RV. It isn't automatically covered under a personal auto policy. So when they are buying a policy, they have to be, aware of what they're actually purchasing, what it's going to cover. And again, the best way to do that is to compare, calling someone such as ourselves, and we can give them that comparison with a specialized policy.
Yeah.
And some of the things that they really need to understand is maybe the difference between an auto and an RV policy. An RV policy was designed for an auto, an auto policy was designed for an auto. So when they stick the RV on an auto policy, that coverage can be sometimes quite limited. Again, without comparison, they're not going to understand those differences. Also, with the personal property that they would have in their RV when they're out camping, typically that would be covered under a homeowner's policy. So if they have the RV on a auto endorsement and they have a claim, they could have basically damage to their vehicle, which would be covered under the auto, and then also the loss of their personal stuff, which would be covered under a homeowner's policy. So they'd actually have two claims and two deductibles, versus where they're working with us, they would have the ability to file that as one claim under one policy with only one deductible. And as far as some of the coverage that are different, our companies cover, if there is a total loss, they could have the access to the coverage of total loss replacement or agreed value. And those basically protect the customer against depreciation by either replacing the total unit with a new unit or giving them what's in the declaration page, which is typically what the unit purchase price was. Okay. So instead of getting a depreciated value at time of loss, they could get a much better position.
All right, so much valuable information. Thank you so much for joining us, Marty, with American Adventure Insurance. We certainly do appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And if your customers want to contact us, they can reach us at AmericanAdventureInsurance.com.
Thank you.